rises on an historic day for the nation. The transfer of power as Donald J. Trump will take office.
God bless the USA.
Plus, the president-elect's surprise shout-out for the Patriots.
Your friend Tom just called. He feels good.
We have live team coverage of the inauguration.
And more news today. A repeat robber in the North End. Victims calling to clean up their community.
Plus, Hingham on alert after a teen is assaulted.
And the Patriots talking about their Sunday showdown.
This is 7 News Today in New England.
Good morning. It's Inauguration Day here in America, and you're looking live at a calm and peaceful scene at the Capitol this morning. In just a few hours, Washington will be bustling as presidential ceremonies are set to begin. Good morning to you on this 20th day of January. I'm Krista Delkamp.
And I'm Chris Anderson. Before we get into our live team coverage for you this morning of everything happening in Washington, D.C., we want to get a check of your weather forecast. Let's get over to Chris Lambert, not just for today, but a very important weekend for us as well.
Yeah, and the weekend looks good, including the Pats forecast here. Once we get beyond the weekend, we deal with the coastal storm, Chris, but none of that talk here the next couple of days. 32 in Ord, 36 in Boston. Good morning, everyone. Waking up, it's a quiet start, some patches of clouds. The breeze is light, so yeah, it's cool outside, but it's still above average for the time of year, and we don't have any wind out there, which goes a long way in winter, doesn't it? Ohio Valley, soaking rain. A few of these showers working into D.C. throughout the day, but many of those showers avoiding New England, although we could get a couple light showers overnight tonight and a few sprinkles, but I don't expect much water out of that, just enough to dampen the ground. Temperatures generally running into the mid-30s this evening and overnight tonight, although there may be a couple of towns close to the freezing mark, so we'll watch for some spotty freezing rain across far northern Mass, but overall it does look quiet as we head into the weekend. Close to 50 tomorrow, a little cooler on Sunday. We'll talk more on that in the coastal storm early next week coming up.
Okay, we want to get a check of the roadways now. We've crossed over into rush hour lane. Any issues?
There are some issues, Chris. Yeah, so here's a look at the expressway. Cars look like they're moving fine, and really they are, but not until after they pass a crash that happened in the Milton area. So we'll dive into the maps. I'll show you exactly where that's at. Northbound there, you can see that red there headed into Boston. So that is on the expressway northbound just before Granite Ave. Traffic's backed up about 2 miles or so. Definitely will cause some delays. The split, though, looks all right. 324 and 95 are all fine, even getting onto 128 from 95. If you're taking the Pike in, that looks good, really hassle-free all the way into town. Up north, 2 and 3 are okay, but there is another crash in the Andover area. That's on 93 southbound right at Dascom Road, so that might cause some delays too. But if you take 93 in closer to town, that looks fine, and so does 1. So let's talk about drive times. 20 minutes if you're on the expressway, 12 minutes if you're taking the Pike, and 12 minutes again if you're on 93. There is a track problem with the blue line, but they do have a shuttle bus to help you out there. Back to you guys.
A historic day underway in our nation's capital.
I love this country.
The swearing in of our 45th president.
We will make America great again.
The world watching the changing of the guard. 7 News is live in Washington for the inauguration of Donald Trump.
And this morning, the stage is set. The steps of the U.S. Capitol building where the president-elect will take the oath of office and give his inaugural address. You see it there live. Mr. Trump promising that real change is coming.
Saw some of the celebration there at the Lincoln Memorial last night, but the pomp of his speech was met with protests in D.C. and across the country. More demonstrations against the incoming administration are expected for today as well.
And despite dissenters, Mr. Trump says he is determined to keep his promise to shake things up on Capitol Hill, and he'll have at least 4 years as commander-in-chief in order to do so.
This morning, we're covering all angles of today's inaugural ceremonies and the new presidency. We have team coverage of the historic inauguration beginning with 7's Dan Housley, who is live in Washington with a look at what we can expect today. Dan.
Has been a whirlwind 12 hours. Good morning, Chris. Last-minute preparations continue here at a fever pitch. Behind me, you can see the podium where Donald Trump will give his inaugural speech. The seats for top dignitaries, former presidents, and nation's leaders, the Supreme Court justices as well. We're told the speech will be elegant and brief, maybe 20 minutes or so. It's just hours away now, but in some ways, the celebration has already begun. Donald Trump leading a black-tie gala in Washington, D.C. for the last time as president-elect. Today, he will become our nation's 45th president. Inauguration begins with a quiet prayer. It will end with the president celebrating with friends, family, and politicians. If tradition holds, the Trumps and their invited guests will share a private breakfast at the Blair House. At 8:30, the president-elect and his family will attend a religious service at St. John's Episcopal Church, where the president-elect has attended a traditional service for years. 1 hour later, the incoming and departing presidents will meet at the White House with their wives for tea. President-elect Trump and President Obama will then ride together down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol. On Thursday night, President-elect Trump celebrated with his Vice President-elect Mike Pence at the Indiana Governor's Ball.
So this is a celebration of victory. You're my friends. We needed this victory.
But during his speech, he singled out one guest.
In the audience, we have somebody that's under no pressure whatsoever because he's got a great quarterback named Tom Brady and a great coach named Belichick, Bob Kraft. So good luck, Bob.
He's talking about Patriots owner Bob Kraft, and Mr. Trump didn't stop there.
Your friend Tom just called. He feels good. He called to congratulate us. He feels good. Good luck. You're going to do great. Thanks.
Earlier in the evening, the president-elect took to the stage at the Lincoln Memorial.
We're going to unify our country. And our phrase, you all know it, half of you are wearing the hat, make America great again. But we're going to make America great for all of our people, everybody.
It was a star-studded show. Country singer Toby Keith, actor John Voight, and rock band Three Doors Down, bringing the crowd and President-elect Trump to their feet.
We're going to get it turned around. We're going to bring our jobs back. And we are going to make America great again. And I'll add, greater than ever before.
Largest congressional.
President-elect Trump waking up in Blair House this morning after he takes the oath of office here in just a few hours. Later, he will go to bed in the White House as president. We're live in Washington. Dan Housley, 7 News Today in New England.
And Mr. Trump claiming the crowds at today's events will be huge. Hundreds of people making the journey from New England to Washington in order to witness this historic day. 7's Jonathan Hall continuing our team coverage live from the Capitol this morning. John.
Well, Chris, good morning from the White House. The official viewing stand right behind me. Barack Obama is out at noon today. Donald Trump is in. Some people thrilled about that. Some people very, very upset. But it is happening, and Bay Staters are down here to take it all in.
Thousands of people descending on our nation's capital to celebrate the inauguration of our 45th president, Donald Trump. And there's a strong contingency from Massachusetts.
Are you glad they made the trip?
Am I glad? I'm rushing off to a ball. Yeah, this is not how we typically look.
These two women from West Roxbury and Westwood were lucky enough to get up close.
It's beyond exciting. It really is beyond exciting. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
They came to buy the T-shirts, to see the sights. They came for Mr. Trump. They came for all kinds of reasons.
I like the fireworks.
A Massachusetts-based dance troupe performed Thursday, then went to the Lincoln Memorial to watch the concert and the president-elect.
I think we're all really excited and just unify our country. America is a great place, and it's going to, continue to be great.
Love all the pomp and circumstance. Well, here is the official inauguration button, the official inauguration hat. It says Trump in the back in true Trump style, and it is in Make America Great Again red. We're live in Washington at Lafayette Square. I'm Jonathan Hall, 7 News Today in New England.
And taking a look now at the next steps of the Trump transition. There's still lots of work to be done for some lawmakers in Washington. He's outlined a bold agenda. Here's 7's Nancy Chen, who joins us with some details.
And Krista, good morning to you. Busy day on the Hill, even after the inauguration ceremony. But Senate Democrats will allow confirmation hearings for only 2 of the president-elect's cabinet nominees immediately after his inauguration. They're promising to delay most of the rest. The Trump transition team, they had wanted 7 nominees confirmed on day 1, but according to the Washington Post today, the Democrats will vote for Defense Secretary nominee retired General James Mattis and Homeland Security pick retired General John Kelly. Democrats also say they would be willing to start debating CIA Director nominee Michael Pompeo as well, but if the president-elect doesn't send some of his more controversial choices back for more questioning, Democrats say they will use the Senate floor to lob their complaints. In the newsroom, Nancy Chen, 7 News Today, New England.
All right, Nancy, thanks. Lawmakers around the country, meantime, were invited to take part in today's events, but some of the Bay State elected officials have decided to boycott. One Massachusetts congressman is choosing to lend a sympathetic ear to his constituents to hear their concerns about the president-elect instead of attending the inauguration. 7's Jennifer Egan is live at his district office in Cambridge with the very latest. Jen.
Chris, good morning. Congressman Capuano will be here at his office in Cambridge this morning. He says he has a great respect for the office of the president, but he decided not to go to D.C. today. Many elected officials won't be in attendance for today's inauguration when President-elect Donald Trump officially takes office. The list includes a pair of representatives from Massachusetts. Congresswoman Catherine Clark and Congressman Michael Capuano have both said they will not attend. The majority of the state's congressional delegation will be there to see the swearing-in ceremony. Representative Nikki Tsongas and Representative Seth Moulton both say they will attend the event as a show of respect for the office. Congressman Jim McGovern says he will also be in Washington, D.C. And both Senator Elizabeth Warren and Senator Ed Markey, 2 strong critics of the president-elect, announced earlier this week that they'll be in the crowd. The senators say they don't agree with the president-elect's political stances, but they do believe attendance shows support for the idea of a peaceful and orderly transfer of power. And Capuano and Clark are 2 of more than 60 Democrats who will not be at the inauguration. We're live in Cambridge this morning. Jennifer Egan, 7 News Today, New England.
Jen, thank you. Don't forget, we'll be bringing you all the big moments from the nation's capital live right here on 7 with our coverage continuing throughout the afternoon.
More news still ahead here on 7 News Today in New England, including a security guard sparking some serious concern. Police say he crossed the line when he was dealing with a homeless man at the North Station.
And then Hingham on alert, the alarming attack on a teen on her way home from studying.
An armed robber is on the run in New Hampshire, who police are searching for right now.